Hey everybody, Joel and Jeremy here. It is March. It is the games of the month, and we are excited because it is March Madness. And Jeremy, not just for college, I mean that gets all the press, but for high school too. This is a really fun month.
Well, it's the best time of the year, for a lot of these high school student athletes. Let's be honest. In Minnesota, it's also the dawning of spring, despite not having a very difficult winter. We're excited for that. But you and I have had a lot of pleasure getting a chance to watch many great high school student athletes over the course of the last 3 or 4 years, and it's always a little bit of that double-edged sword, right, Joel? You're going to see dreams and realities come true, teams that are going to go on runs, maybe make it to that elusive state tournament. But unfortunately, you also see some careers come to an end and some familiar names in our area that we've had the pleasure of watching for the last number of years. But there's nothing quite like it. I know I'm really, really excited. And hey, they're already doing it down at the X today with state wrestling. So that time of the year is here. It's a lot of fun.
Well, you mentioned state wrestling. Let's talk about that, folks. As this video comes out on March 1st, we have our championship wrestling showcase shows going on live at the XL Energy Center. And, when you get down there, A, the atmosphere is really good. But B, almost every school that offers wrestling, including those in our area, have somebody down there, and someone is participating from your local school.
Yeah, it's a really, for folks that haven't had a chance to go, Joel and I aren't big time wrestling guys, but even we can appreciate what it looks like, down at the X when they have all those matches going and the intensity and, rivalries. You've got kids who maybe met earlier in the year who've been, paired up. It's just really, really fun. Someone always called it kind of like a poor man's state hockey tournament. But a little bit more intensity. And I think that's right. Good luck to all of our area wrestlers who are going on right now as you and I sit here and chat about it.
Well, and we move from wrestling to basketball because that's maybe what March Madness is most associated with. And there are some teams in this area that, as you enter March here, this weekend, I believe, is the kind of start of everything for the girls' basketball. Next week for the boys' basketball. There's two top two teams from the area: Buffalo Lake Hector Stewart in girls and Eden Valley Watkins in boys, both ranked in the top 10. But I know there are other schools that are looking for some March Madness time as well.
Well, you mentioned two schools. I'm going to start on the boys' end, at Eden Valley Watkins. Remember, they're coming off, Joel, an outstanding football season, too. Just a lot of great athletes that carried right over from football. They made it all the way to the state semifinals at US Bank Stadium. And, a lot of size, a lot of quickness. Really, really fun group of seniors that they have there at Eden Valley Watkins. They've got big plans for this month. Then on the other side, you mentioned girls. Buffalo Lake, Hector Stewart. I mean, boy, we've been talking about this group of girls, specifically those Kotke twins for BLHS. And, they've always just come a little bit short. And, I had the opportunity to watch them play a few weeks back when they played the Mare Lutheran girls, another local girls team that's probably going to have a chance to make some dreams a reality this month. And let me tell you something, BLHS is good. They can shoot it. They're able to penetrate. Really, really fun group. It is a top-heavy, senior-laden team. And this is a group of girls that have been preparing for this very moment probably since back in their middle school days. Should be exciting to follow them on this run.
And then quickly, once March Madness is done, we can't forget about the next sport, baseball. Opening day, March 28th, right here on KGLB, AM 1310, FM 96.1, your home for Twins baseball. Twins take on the Kansas City Royals opening day in KC.
Yeah, lots of excitement always when we can get started with baseball. And, you mentioned the major league clubs, Joel. We're going to have a lot of local high school baseball on our airwaves, too. And, we've got some coaches that are probably pretty excited right now because they're thinking, hey, we might get out and be able to be outside for the first
have an actual
weeks
opening day.
Yeah, that's something that hasn't happened for them. I mean, you and I were scrambling last year figuring out how are we going to get some games in? Because we already know that the spring season is so abbreviated for high school sports, but looks like softball and baseball are going to be able to get out onto the field. Track and field is going. It's just, it's always March is a transition month, right? We've got the exciting state tournaments, and then we're transitioning to the spring. And, Joel, when you and I talk next, grass might be greening up, flowers might be blooming, and we're going to be talking a little outside baseball.
Don't jinx it, because there's always, even though I know there's this light winter we've had, we always have a blizzard at tournament time.
We do.
That's like canon in Minnesota weather.
Yeah, it definitely is. And I probably did jinx us. I apologize. The listeners can email me if they've got complaints later on this month.
Sounds good. Email Jeremy. Listen to us. KDUZ, KARP, KGLB. We got the games you want to listen to.